Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited, Ford Explorer ST, the Showdown. A special thank you to Mike Anderson, Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep of Marion, Indiana, and Hunter Ford of Marion, Indiana. Thanks for your partnership and letting me use your cars today. Why, when you watch YouTube videos, do people ask you to like and subscribe? I'm going to tell you the reason. Because if you like and subscribe to my videos, it gets me earlier access to new products. And in this case, new vehicles when they're redesigned. So if I have a lot of subscriptions and I have a lot of views, manufacturers are more likely to allow me to get early access to the vehicles so I can do comparisons for you. These two vehicles have been competing for decades, and today we're going to see how they compare against each other. We're going to take a look at their exterior styling. We're going to get inside and look at the interior features and all of the technology, and then we're going to take them for a drive. And finally, I will give you my assessments. So let's dig in. 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited. This particular generation of the Grand Cherokee was remodeled in 2022, and they added the L version, which is the extended or lengthened version of this vehicle. They did that to appeal to the families that needed a third row or for people that just wanted more storage space in the back. They did an excellent job with the redesign, so let's take a look at it. So you can see here at the front, signature Jeep grille with the vertical bars. This limited trim does not have the front parking sensors, but you can see the styling of the front. LED reflective headlights, LED daytime running lamps and turn signals, LED fog lamps. You can see this is actually a little bit more of a traditional bumper. It's not squared off like a lot of the vehicles are doing. It has somewhat of a bumper in the front. Overall, the front is very recognizable as a Jeep. That was on purpose. They want that brand recognition, and overall, it suits this vehicle very nicely. Here at the side, you can see this color is a beautiful color. It's called Red Velvet. I love it. This particular model was upgraded with the 20-inch alloy wheels, which are very sharp. Has black mirrors on the side. They are not power folding in the limited trim. Integrated turn signal, blind spot monitoring. They are heated as well. It does come with the hands-free unlock and unlock with the key in your pocket. You can press the button to lock it. This particular one also came with the trailer tow package, which lifts the suspension in the back. You can see it almost looks like it's lifted back here. I like that. It's really sharp. And also, of course, we're going to do the gas door check. Let's take a look. Car's unlocked. Good job, Jeep. Here at the back, they changed the styling quite a bit from the previous generation of the Grand Cherokee. LED taillights. You've got LED turn signals, LED reverse lights. This Limited does have the backup sensors here, as well as a backup camera. Of course, a power liftgate. Opens up into the large cargo area. You can see the third seat is up right now. We'll go ahead and we'll fold these. The headrests automatically go down when you pull the lever. Opens up to a really large cargo space here in the back. There is also some additional storage underneath here. Jack is located here. Spare tire is underneath the car. One other little different thing from most manufacturers, instead of putting the button up here to close the hatch, the button's on the side. I actually really like that because lots of times you have smaller children that are pulling their stuff out of the back when you're dropping them off at softball or soccer practice type of thing, and they can't reach the upper button. They can reach this side one a lot easier. Also, this does come with a 12-volt power outlet here in the back. So let's take a look at the interior. My overall first impression is that this is luxurious. It is a Jeep. When I first got in this vehicle, I was expecting it to be a little bit more rugged, feel a little more rugged. It's not a Wrangler, I know, but I expected it to be just a little bit more rugged. It's not. It's luxurious, and I think this really appeals to a buyer that's looking for those luxury features. It has soft touch leather on the top and also in the middle of the dash. Overall, I really like the design of this. The way the information display here in the middle and the multimedia display is laid out in the materials, it's luxurious. I love the design. So here in the driver's seat, you can see this digital display. It's extremely customizable. It is completely digital. It's 10 inches, and you can show a ton of different information. I'm not going to review it all, but you can do all sorts of things like driving dynamics. Of course, your miles per gallon, your speed. You can get rid of the tachometer. You can, have it show where you are in the lane and just keep that in the middle if you'd like. And of course, this Grand Cherokee has all the latest safety features like adaptive cruise control and automatic emergency braking and things like that. You can see it does have the memory seats. Here in the center, you can see this is a large media screen in the middle. It is only 10 inches, but it actually feels and looks a little bit bigger than that. Some buttons on the top to turn off your automatic start stop, lane keep assist, your parking assist, things like that. Overall, I like the styling of this, how it's set into the dash. A lot of manufacturers are now going to more that look as opposed to it feeling like an iPad that's just sitting on top of the dash. I love the way that this multimedia screen interacts with you. It's very quick. The other thing is down here on the bottom. I like that there's physical controls for the heating and air conditioning. This particular model has heated seats. They are not ventilated, but they are heated. Also has a heated steering wheel. You can change the settings too for the heating and air conditioning from the multimedia screen as well. One of the neat kind of quirky features I'd like to show that I have not seen on many vehicles is while you're driving, you can show the rear camera. Obviously, I'm not driving right now, so it's not doing anything. But even while you're driving down the road, you can see the rear camera. That can be really helpful if somebody's tailgating you. You can look them in the face. But the other thing that's kind of a neat thing is this has a button for the third row headrest fold. And maybe I can get a picture of this in the back, but you can see when you're looking out the back window, those headrests are right in the way. You press this button, it drops the rear headrests. I really like that feature a lot. Here down in the center, Jeep keeps it pretty simple. There is a little cubby under here. The lid opens to reveal a lot of power ports. 2 USB-A's, USB-C's, a traditional audio jack, a 12-volt power, and then also for the transmission, Ram, Dodge, Chrysler is really going to the shift knob, which I like, and you can also control the mode here, the driving mode. 2 cup holders, and it does have a multi-tiered armrest. Depending on which lever you push, you get the short one or you get the deep one. Obviously, glove box down there. Overall, I like the layout of this in the front. I'm not sure that I have any complaints. I really like it a lot. Here in the back, you can see it's really nicely done back here. Because this is the L version that includes the third row, it also elongates the whole frame so that you get more legroom here in the second row and the third row, of course. But you can see back here, it has captain's chairs. It does not have a bench. So there is no middle armrest with cup holders. There's these small armrests. The cup holders are here down on the floor, which I actually like just fine. Jeep has done a great job with the power for accessories in this car. There's a ton up front, and there's also 4 back here, 2 USB-A's, 2 USB-C's, and also a traditional household plug. The other thing that I really like back here is the climate controls are here in the middle, includes heated outboard seats, right, or heated captain's chairs here. They have the air vents in the middle, but also on the side pillars. It's really good because a lot of times the second row passengers, they just don't get enough air. In this situation, they're going to get plenty of air back here to keep them cool in the summer and warm in the winter. One other interior feature I wanted to show here was that even though this Grand Cherokee has captain's chairs, which you have the option of a bench or captain's chairs, this has the captain's chairs that you can walk in front of the captain's chair, through the middle, and into the back. It also has these seats that fold way forward for ease of access into the back. Very wide opening to get into the back. I really like that. That's very thoughtful. So I'm here in the back row. You can see I'm only 5'7". I've got maybe 3 inches of legroom here. This seat is all the way slid back on its rails. It can move forward probably 6 inches to create a little bit more legroom here in the back if needed. But you can see this is nicely done. It is a 2-seat. Third row does have the side air vents here, which is nice for the third row passengers, as well as a USB-A and USB-C port on both sides. So I'm here driving the Grand Cherokee, and I'm actually surprised that these words are coming out of my mouth. But this Jeep Grand Cherokee is very luxurious. The ride is poised and it's tight, like the steering is tight, but it's just really nice. I mean, it doesn't float over the road. And unlike the Explorer that's tuned to be more sporty, this is not. I know they're two different vehicles, two different purposes really of the trim levels, but this drives really nice. They sell a ton of these. Since they introduced the L version of the Grand Cherokee, they're selling a ton of these. I would say probably 2/3 of the ones I see on the road are the Grand Cherokee L's, which means that it's appealing to the families or the people that need that third row and or maybe just need more space. But I get it why people are buying this vehicle. It drives really nice. This vehicle is not a cheap vehicle, right? It's almost $56,000. You'd expect there to be, a fairly high level of luxury here because you're really approaching, BMW, Mercedes type prices. Maybe not for, for the 7 Series, that type of stuff. They're a lot more expensive, but $55,000 is not a little bit of money. So you'd expect to get a lot of features for that, and this Jeep doesn't disappoint. It's super luxurious in here. Automatic climate control, heated seats, heated steering wheel. Of course, all your latest, safety features. Your lane keeping assist and advanced cruise control, things like that. Those are kind of expectations at this point. But I wasn't expecting the interior to feel as comfortable and as plush as this and as luxurious as this. I just wasn't. Overall, I'm very impressed with this. So let's do this from a stop. 293 horsepower. Let's see how it does. Decent. Certainly different than the Explorer. The Explorer has 100 more horsepower. This has plenty of horsepower for the vehicle. I would say most people aren't going to floor it like I just did. It got up and went fine. I wouldn't say it's fast by any means, but it's not a dog. But decent acceleration. It is a 6-cylinder engine. It's not the 4-cylinder. It's not a hybrid. It's a 6-cylinder engine. Overall, it was okay. It's good enough. And going 60 miles per hour down the road, let's see what our sound is. Right around the same as the Explorer, about 65. Again, going on a country road, which tends to be, with the road imperfection, things like that, tends to be a little bit louder. 65 is not bad. So if you've liked this car comparison, please be sure to click like and subscribe below to make sure you don't miss out on any of my latest car comparisons. And also, let me know your thoughts about my comparison and which vehicle you would choose. Let's face it, Jeep has always been known for its Wrangler, right? Or for its rugged off-road capabilities. It has not necessarily been known for its vehicles that drive over the road and for driving dynamics. This changes the game for them. And I know this vehicle has been out for a few years already, but there's a lot of people that have never driven in a Grand Cherokee. And prior to this, I'd only driven in one. But they did a nice job with the design of this vehicle to really hit the target of a mainstream buyer that wants enough luxury and enough technology, but a really nice ride down the road. They really hit the target here. This vehicle is much different from the Explorer ST. The Explorer ST is geared more towards performance. The look of it obviously is geared more towards somebody that cares about it being macho looking or strong looking or aggressive looking. This doesn't. The Grand Cherokee is definitely poised to compete in this market, but their target is definitely the mainstream buyer. So that's a wrap for the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now on to the Ford Explorer ST. 2024 Ford Explorer ST. What can I say? This thing is aggressive looking. It is strong. It is masculine looking. It says, get out of my way. They redesigned this vehicle in 2020 and they put the ST trim level on it to be beefy. And they did an amazing job at the styling. Let's take a look. You can see huge grille, actually exclusive to the ST. This grille is much larger. You can see it's a raked design, very little front bumper, LED headlights, LED turn signals, LED daytime running lamps, LED fog lights. This is the ST version, so it's very well loaded up, has the front parking sensors. Overall, the design on the exterior, especially the front end, very strong, and it's amazing. Painted black, red calipers. You turn signals integrated into the mirror, blind spot monitoring. Of course, they're heated and they're also power folding. One thing that Ford continues to do with their upper model cars is they continue to offer the keypad on the side. I really like that feature. It's nice for when you're going someplace and you don't want to worry about losing your keys. You leave them in there, you lock the vehicle, and you use the touchpad. It's a really great feature and I like it. And of course, we're going to test the gas door. Let's see. Car's unlocked, gas door opens. No need to push a button inside. Ford, getting it right. Ford really does know how to cater to those people looking for performance in their vehicle, but also looking for the looks of a performance vehicle. You can see dual exhaust chrome tips on each side. It has the integrated tow hitch with a 4-pin and 7-pin connector. LED tail lights, the turn signals, and rear are incandescent bulbs. This does have a power opening hatch, of course. The button is way over on the side. As a backup camera with the integrated bumper sensors as well. Third row is up right now. This does have some storage here underneath. The jack is also in there. There is no spare tire in this vehicle. There's some features here at the back that I like and some that I don't like. The one, just a little pet peeve of mine, is the button to open this is way over here on the right. There's a little arrow to kind of show you where it is. If you own the vehicle, I suppose you get used to it, but I like a button or, to be right near the middle. The camera's in the middle, so maybe that's why they moved it. But the button's over here on the side. Again, just a little pet peeve, not a huge deal. You can see the third row seats are up right now. It does limit the space in the back. This is not quite as long of a vehicle as the Grand Cherokee was. It does have some storage in the floor. There is no spare tire in this vehicle. But here, the rear seats do fold down. They are power rear folding. The headsets do fold down separately, so when you're in the front looking to drive, there's no button to do it like the Grand Cherokee, but you can just fold the headrest down separately. Little pet peeve of mine, when we get in the interior, I'll show you. But it does have power folding rear seats. Press the button, you don't even have to keep holding it, and it goes down. There's a left and right button and also a button in the center that will fold them both at the same time. But you can see, power folding up and down. The rear tailgate does have the option to close it and lock it at the same time, so you can hit the button and walk away and now your car will be locked. Overall, the configuration in the back, overall, I like it. Here, getting in the Explorer. My overall first impressions are that it's a quality interior. It's definitely geared more towards the sport. It is the ST model. It's got faux carbon fiber here on the dash. The upper dash and middle dash is the soft touch. I'll call it plastic. It's like soft plastic. It is a little bit of a minimalist design, but again, that caters to the more sporty feel or sporty accent that they're putting on this vehicle. The one other feature that I wanted to note was that this has a setting for easy entry and exit. So when you're driving the car and you get somewhere and you turn the car off and you open the door, the steering wheel goes up, the seat slides back. It makes it easier for you to get in and out. Once you get in, it does not move until you hit the start button. I like that feature. It makes it easier to get in and out. So sitting here in the driver's seat of the Explorer, this has a full 12-inch digital dash. It is somewhat configurable with the data you show. It doesn't quite give you as much data as the Grand Cherokee does, but overall, I like the blue color background. You can change that color, but it's a simple dash, simple driver's information display. I do like it. Not sure I would need anything more. It can show the audio, it can show all your miles per gallon, your trip odometer, things like that. This ST model does come with the memory seats. So here in the center with the multimedia screen, it's a 10-inch multimedia screen. It actually looks bigger than that, but it's probably just because of the way it's mounted. It's mounted in portrait mode, which is up and down. It kind of takes the cues from the Mach-E, I believe, or the Mach-E took the cues from this. But this is starting to show its age a little bit. You can see, it kind of almost looks like an iPad just sitting there. Many manufacturers are going to a more integrated look, which is what I would expect in the next generation, which comes out here in about 6 or 9 months. I would say the touchscreen itself, I'm not crazy about the white background. I've said that about the Toyotas as well. I wish it had a darker background, and that might be something you can change in here. But just overall, the touchscreen feels a little bit dated. It's a little bit slow to respond. A lot of features on it. You can change the ambient lighting here in the car. But overall, the design is a little bit outdated. This does have a Bang & Olufsen sound system with 14 speakers. It sounds amazing. But you can see down here on the middle, it is, like I said, a little bit more of a minimalist design. There's not a ton of things here. It's just simple, and I actually like that. This does have heated and ventilated seats. In here in the middle, there's a cubby with a USB-A, USB-C port, as well as a 12-volt outlet. It does have the rotary dial transmission shifter, a couple of cup holders, wireless charging pad right there, as well as a pretty deep center console with a 12-volt power outlet. The ST also comes with the panorama. It's not panorama, but it's two-pane moonroof with a power sunshade. Just one thing to add, I did mention it. This multimedia screen does have the ability to change the background from white to dark, which I much prefer the dark with the white lettering. Here in the back seat, you can see this particular Explorer with the ST always has the captain's chairs, and regular Explorers you can get the bench seat or captain's chairs. This has the captain's chairs. Overall, it's very comfortable back here. I have a decent amount of leg room. This seat is slid all the way back on its rails. You can see the middle climate controls. It does have heated seats here for the captain's chairs, as well as two USB-C ports and a regular 110-volt house outlet. Unlike the Grand Cherokee that had vents down here and vents on the pillars, this has no vents here, but it does have the vents above, which should keep these second row occupants cool in the summer and the floor vents warm in the winter. This does have cup holders here in the door. There's two of them, one down low, one up here in the top. Then there's a little almost cubby here with a couple of other small cup holders, probably made for small water bottles. And also the ST trim does come with the rear sunshades. The Grand Cherokee does not have those in the limited trim. So I reviewed this feature in the Grand Cherokee. Again, this has captain's chairs. You can go in front of the seats, go between them to get to the third row, or you can fold them forward. This folds a little bit differently than the Grand Cherokee does. It folds forward like this, and then it slides on its rails. Ultimately provides some room to get back in there. Grand Cherokee's is a little bit easier to get in the back. Again, the Grand Cherokee is a little bit longer vehicle, so they can do some of those features. But ultimately, it is pretty easy to get into the back row of this Explorer. Here in the third row, you can see I'm 5'7", and my knees are fully against the back of this seat. Now, this second row seat is all the way back on its rail, so it can slide forward some. But this seat is not really made for adults for any type of long period. You might be good back here for a half hour, 45 minutes. Anything more than that, not only are you going to feel claustrophobic, you're just going to kind of be boxed in back. So I'm here driving the Explorer. I'll punch it here in a minute, but this vehicle is fun to drive. It is very powerful, and I got to be honest. As a guy that likes things to be strong, powerful, sporty looking, I would love to be seen driving this car. It is so mean looking on the outside with those 21-inch wheels, the way that the front grille and bumper is configured, and it's just really a cool looking car. And this actually drives really nice too, actually better than I thought. I thought this was going to be a bit rougher of a ride, but what it seems like Ford has done is they have tuned it in such a way to be fast, of course, but also to still absorb the bumps. They know that it's a family car. Families are going to be driving this car every day, but also taking it on trips, so they can't afford to just make it extremely sporty so that it's uncomfortable to ride and people wouldn't want to buy it. And by subscribing to my YouTube channel, the more YouTube subscribers I get, the earlier access I get to new vehicles when they're released. That will obviously help me understand the newest and latest and greatest in cars, but also it'll help me because I'll be able to do reviews for you guys for all the new cars that are released. So be sure to like and subscribe below. So here from a stop, let's punch it. Wow. That's really powerful. 400 horsepower in this engine, and you can really feel that. I will say it's a V6 with the twin turbo. There's just a slight turbo lag. So you punch it, yeah, it starts going, but as soon as you get up to maybe 2,500 RPMs, that's when it really takes off. And wow, that was fast. That was impressive. I love that. So I'm driving the Explorer before I drive the Grand Cherokee. I'm guessing the Grand Cherokee is going to be not quite as powerful. It still has a lot of horsepower. I have to check on the number, but this is geared for horsepower. It is designed for that. Both looks on the outside, the tuning of the suspension. It's geared to be sporty and to be very powerful. And Ford Performance did a great job with this. This vehicle is a pleasure to drive. I am really enjoying this a lot. I really look forward to the next generation of this vehicle too. They're going to take what they did in this vehicle and they're even going to make it better. I look forward to the styling of it. I look forward to the drive. I look forward to seeing what engine they put in it. Seeing how much horsepower they can squeeze possibly out of, a 4-cylinder, or maybe they put, just like this one, another twin turbo 6-cylinder engine. But I really look forward to the next generation as well. So there you have it. We have looked at the exterior features and styling. We've gotten inside and looked at the interior and all of the technology. And then we've taken them for a drive. So I give the nod to the Grand Cherokee for its drivability and comfortability. I also give it the nod for its interior styling. The interior design is done very well. I love the screen, how it's integrated into the dash. I think they did a nice job with designing the interior. I give the nod to the Explorer ST for its masculine, rugged, aggressive look and its feel of driving. The horsepower throws you back in your seat and it's exhilarating to drive. The technology in it is top notch as well. It is showing its age a little bit, and you will see the redesigned Explorer come out in 6 to 9 months from now. So, if you've liked my comparisons and watched some of my other ones, please don't forget to like and subscribe below. And also, don't forget to make a comment below on which vehicle you would choose, and also if you'd like to see any other comparisons done.
The vehicle tested was a 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited all-wheel drive. It has the 3.6-liter V6 engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission. It produces 293 horsepower. It's equipped with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and a remote starter. The safety features are automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, lane departure warning with lane keeping assist, and adaptive cruise control. Also has blind spot monitoring. Gets 18, 25, and 21 miles per gallon in the city, highway, and combined. The MSRP is $55,915. The vehicle we tested was a 2024 Ford Explorer ST all-wheel drive. It has the 3.0-liter V6 twin-turbo engine with the 10-speed automatic transmission. Produces 400 horsepower, has a remote starter, comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The safety features are forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning with lane keeping assist. It gets 19, 22, and 21 miles per gallon on the city, highway, and combined. The MSRP is $62,125.
So as always, I know which vehicle I would choose. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below.